The day I made my first million versus the day I lost everything that mattered. 2 days, years apart. Both defining moments. Both moments that shaped who I became, but one I celebrated as success, and one I recognized as complete failure. And the irony, the devastating irony, is that they're connected. The success led to the failure, the winning led to the losing. Making my first million started the process that ended with losing everything that actually mattered. If you've ever achieved success and realized you lost what matters getting there, comment "lost" below. I'm recording this because I need to tell you about these 2 days. 2 moments in my life, separated by years, but connected by cause and effect. The day I thought I'd made it, and the day I realized I'd lost it. The day I celebrated wealth, and the day I confronted emptiness. The day I felt successful, and the day I understood what failure actually means. These weren't dramatic days, weren't obvious turning points at the time, weren't moments where everything changed visibly. They were quiet days, normal days. Days that only later revealed themselves as pivotal, as moments that defined everything that came after, as the beginning and the consequence, as the choice and the cost. The first day, I made my first $1 million. I was in my 20s. I'd been working on my first company, building, grinding, sacrificing everything for success. And one day, one ordinary day, the numbers added up. The company was worth enough. My share was worth $1 million. I'd done it. I'd made it. I was a millionaire. 20-something years old and worth 7 figures. Success, achievement, proof that I could do it, proof that I was capable, proof that I was going somewhere. The second day, years later, much wealthier, much more successful, worth not millions but billions, and I sat alone in my house. Enormous house, expensive house, empty house, no one there. No one to call, no one who cared, no friends, no connection, just me, alone, surrounded by wealth, consumed by emptiness. And I realized I'd lost everything that actually mattered. Lost it while I was busy gaining everything that doesn't. Let me tell you about that first day, the day I became a millionaire, the day I thought I'd made it, the day that felt like success, the day that was actually the beginning of losing everything. I remember where I was, in an office. Not fancy, not impressive, just a small office where we were building the company. Working constantly, sleeping little, eating poorly, living for the work, living for the goal, living for success. And someone, maybe my accountant, maybe my business partner, told me the numbers, showed me the valuation, explained what my share was worth, and the math was clear. I was a millionaire. 20-something years old, worth over $1 million. Made it, achieved it, done it. I remember what I felt. Not joy exactly, not happiness. Something else. Validation, proof, confirmation. I'd been telling myself I could do this. I'd been sacrificing for this. I'd been working toward this, and now I'd done it. The proof was there. The numbers confirmed it. I was a millionaire. I was successful. I'd made it. I remember what I did next. Not celebrated. Not took time off. Not shared the moment with people I loved. I immediately started thinking about the next goal, the next milestone, the next achievement. Because $1 million wasn't enough, wasn't the end, was just the beginning. Just proof that I could do more, that I should do more. That more was possible and necessary and the obvious next step. I didn't call my mother, didn't celebrate with friends, didn't mark the moment as special, just thought, good, now let's get to 10 million, and kept working, kept grinding, kept sacrificing. Because that's what you do when you're chasing success. You don't stop to appreciate milestones. You use them as proof you can reach the next one. I remember who was there, who I shared it with, who celebrated with me. No one. I was alone when I found out, alone in that office, and I stayed alone. Didn't feel the need to share. Didn't feel the need to celebrate with others. The achievement was the reward. The number was the validation. People weren't necessary. Connection wasn't the point. Success was the point. And I'd achieved it. That was enough. That was the day I made my first million, the day I thought I'd made it, the day that felt like success, the day that was actually the moment I committed to the path that would cost me everything. Because that day taught me success is measured in money, achievement is measured in numbers, wealth is what matters, people are optional, connection is unnecessary, just work, just build, just achieve. And the money will prove you're successful. I believed it completely, and I lived accordingly for years, for decades, building wealth, chasing numbers, achieving more, always more, never stopping, never questioning whether wealth equals success, never asking whether numbers measure what matters, just working, just building, just accumulating, proving over and over that I could make more money, never asking if making money was making me successful at life. Between that first day and the second day, the day I lost everything, years passed. Many years. Years of building. Years of success. Years of accumulating wealth. Years of proving I could do it. Years of making millions into hundreds of millions into billions. Years of success by every external measure. And in those years, I made choices. Thousands of small choices. Choices that seemed reasonable at the time. Choices that seemed necessary for success. Choices that prioritized wealth over everything else. Choices that slowly, steadily, inevitably cost me what actually mattered. I chose work over relationships. Every time, every choice, work was building toward success. Relationships were distractions from success. So I chose work, chose meetings over family dinners, chose travel for business over time at home, chose late nights at office over evenings with people I loved. Every time, for years, for decades, building wealth, losing relationships, I chose achievement over presence. Even when I was with people, family, friends, whoever, I wasn't present. I was thinking about work, planning next moves, strategizing, calculating, physically there but mentally elsewhere, and people felt it, felt my absence even when I was present, felt that work mattered more, felt that they were secondary, felt that they didn't matter as much as success. And slowly, steadily, they stopped trying, stopped reaching out, stopped expecting presence, accepted my absence. I chose money over time. Every opportunity to make more money, I took. Every chance to build wealth, I pursued. Didn't matter what it cost in time, didn't matter what I missed, didn't matter what I sacrificed. Money was measurable. Money was achievement. Money was proof of success. So I chose money, every time, over everything, including time with people who wouldn't be there forever, including moments that wouldn't repeat, including experiences that mattered more than money but didn't feel like they mattered at the time. I chose independence over connection. Told myself I didn't need people, didn't need support, didn't need community. I was successful, I was capable, I was self-sufficient. I could do everything alone, and I did. Built everything alone, achieved everything alone, made billions alone, proved I didn't need anyone, and lost everyone in the process. Because humans need connection, need community, need people. And independence at the cost of connection isn't freedom, it's isolation. I chose later over now. Told myself I'd prioritize relationships later, would focus on family after this success, would build community after this achievement, would be present after this goal, later, always later, after the next milestone, after the next achievement, after I'd proven whatever I was trying to prove. Later I'd prioritize people. Later I'd build connection. Later I'd focus on what matters, but later never came. There was always another milestone, another achievement, another goal, another reason to prioritize work now and people later. Until decades passed and later was now and everyone was gone. These choices, made year after year, day after day, moment after moment, they accumulated, they compounded, They built into patterns, into life, into who I became, into isolation, into loneliness, into emptiness, into success by every external measure and failure by every internal measure, into wealth without meaning, into achievement without connection, into proving I could make money while losing everything that money can't buy. The second day, the day everything changed. Not dramatically, not obviously, but fundamentally. The day I realized what I'd lost, what I'd traded, what I'd sacrificed, what all the success had cost. I was at home, one of my houses, big house, expensive house, beautiful house, full of things, empty of people. I'd been working, long day, long week, long year, long life. Working constantly, building constantly, achieving constantly, and I was done for the day, done with work, and I was alone. I remember sitting there in that expensive house, surrounded by evidence of success, expensive furniture, expensive art, expensive everything, proof of wealth, proof of achievement, proof that I'd made it, that I'd succeeded, that I'd done what I set out to do. I'd built wealth, massive wealth, wealth beyond what I'd imagined possible when I made that first million decades earlier. And I remember thinking, who do I share this with? Who do I tell about my day? Who cares about my life? Who would I call if I needed something? Who would come if I asked? Who actually knows me beyond my success? Who cares about me beyond my wealth? And the answer, the devastating answer, was no one. Nobody. I had no one. My relationships were gone. Destroyed by years of choosing work, years of absence, years of prioritizing success over connection, years of proving I didn't need anyone. I'd succeeded at that. I'd proven I could build wealth alone. And I was alone, completely alone. My family, we barely spoke. I'd been absent too many times, missed too many moments, chosen work too many times, and they'd stopped expecting me, stopped counting on me, stopped including me in their lives in ways that mattered. I was the wealthy relative, the successful one, but not the connected one, not the present one, not the one they called when they needed someone or wanted to share something important. I was financially successful and relationally failed. My children, if they thought of me at all, thought of me as absent, as the father who wasn't there, who was always working, always busy, always too occupied with success to be present for their lives. I'd missed their childhoods building wealth, missed moments that don't repeat, missed years that don't return, and now they were grown, and we had no relationship, no connection, no depth, just a shallow relationship of occasional contact without real knowledge, without real care, without real bond. Friends, I had none. Not real friends, not people who knew me beyond my success, not people who cared about me beyond my wealth. I had business relationships, professional connections, people who wanted something from me or could give me something useful. But friends, real friends, people who'd be there if I lost everything, people who cared about me, not my success, none. Because I'd never invested in friendship, never prioritized connection, never made time for relationships that didn't serve professional goals. And now I had wealth and isolation. Sitting there, in that expensive, empty house, I realized I'd lost everything that mattered, lost it while busy gaining everything that doesn't. Lost family, lost relationships, lost connection, lost meaning, lost everything that makes life worth living, and gained wealth, gained success, gained achievement, gained everything that the world celebrates and nothing that actually creates happiness. The irony was devastating. The success had caused the failure. The winning had created the losing. Every choice I made to build wealth cost me something that mattered. Every moment spent on achievement was a moment not spent on relationship. Every year focused on success was a year away from connection. I'd succeeded completely at making money and failed completely at building life worth living. Let me show you the contrast. Between those 2 days, between that first million and that moment of loss, between what I thought mattered and what actually matters. The day I made my first million, I was alone, in an office, no one there to share it with, no one to celebrate with, no one who cared. And I didn't care that I was alone, didn't notice, didn't see it as a problem, because the achievement was enough, the money was the reward, the number was the validation, people weren't necessary, connection wasn't the point. I'd achieved success, that was enough. The day I lost everything, I was alone, in a house, no one there to share anything with, no one to connect with, no one who cared. And I cared desperately that I was alone. Noticed, saw it as devastating, because the achievement wasn't enough, the money wasn't a reward, the numbers weren't validation, people were necessary, connection was the point, and I had neither had achievement without anyone to share it with, had success without connection, had everything and nothing simultaneously. Same situation, alone, different meanings. On the first day, alone felt like independence, like strength, like proof I didn't need anyone. On the second day, alone felt like failure, like loss, like proof I'd lost everyone. Same situation, different awareness, different understanding of what matters. The day I made my first million, I immediately thought about the next goal, about making more, about achieving more, about building more wealth. The million wasn't enough, was just a milestone on the way to more, was proof I could achieve more, should achieve more, must achieve more. So I kept going, kept chasing, kept building, kept thinking that more wealth would create more success, which would create more fulfillment, which would create more happiness. Kept believing the lie. The day I lost everything, I realized more doesn't matter. That all the wealth I'd built, billions, hadn't created fulfillment, hadn't created happiness, hadn't created meaning, had just created more isolation, more emptiness, more proof that wealth doesn't equal success at life, that achievement doesn't create happiness, that more is never enough when you're chasing the wrong thing. The day I made my first million, I felt successful, felt validated, felt like I'd made it, felt like the hard work paid off, felt like I'd proven something important, felt pride, felt accomplishment, felt like I was on the right path, like I was doing life right, like success was what I thought success was. The day I lost everything, I felt failed, felt empty, felt like I'd lost it, felt like decades of work had cost everything, felt like I'd proven nothing important, felt grief, felt regret, felt like I'd been on the wrong path, like I'd done life wrong, like success wasn't what I thought success was, like I'd succeeded at the wrong things and failed at what matters. Share this if you've ever achieved success and realized you lost what matters. Comment "lost" if you understand this trade. Subscribe for more truth about what success actually means and what it actually costs.